And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Britt.
I'm your other friend.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, I hit the wrong button a minute ago and something didn't work right. But here we are as we begin our day. It's Cowboy Hat Day if you don't have yours.
Everybody out there in radio land, put your hats on.
Yeah, got to wear those. Hope everybody's feeling good today. And that weird stuff falling from the sky is actually sleet, Britt. Did you see any?
Nah, fortunately, between here and Cow Creek, I didn't, but we're ready for blizzard if one happens.
Well, let's go to radar and look at this because it is portions. Now, the middle of downtown Meridian got some earlier in southern city limits of Meridian, but as we go out to Wynot, that's where we're getting some sleet right now as we zoom in on this. Look at this as we go out here. Wynot Motorsports Park, right out there with Rodney and the gang. Also getting some at Causeyville and all down 19 and into the edge of Alabama. Look at that. Cuba getting some. And then right up here, we got some in Clark County and Snell, and just barely north of the Clarko State Park, these areas here. Boy Scouts. So some areas, be careful.
Wow.
Been getting videos.
If I get snowed in down here, Kimberly Jean's got plenty of firewood. And
she going to make it?
Yeah.
You pull that up. There's a lot of it following there. That was downtown Meridian earlier. We got some pictures of that. Look at that accumulated on that Jeep there.
This was a surprise, wasn't it? Nobody was expecting that.
When I sat down here at 4, we didn't have any of that. And then somewhere around 5:15, I glanced up and I thought, what is that pink stuff?
That can't be right.
Yeah, it wasn't forecasted.
Something wrong with my monitor.
Good morning. We see so many folks. We see DeKalb's future mayor there, Bill Reinhardt, watching.
Yeah.
Jeff Dean up and Adam there. Wanda, good to see y'all. Hope it's good. Did you get out and about any this weekend?
A little bit. I see Guy Coughlin watching in.
Oh, boy.
Let's just shut it down and go over to Guy's house.
Always a good time there, isn't it? Well, we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. Y'all got y'all's turkey already?
Yeah, I think so. She's got, I think she's going to make a run at chicken and dressing this time instead of turkey and dressing. But you can't find a chicken. But she's got one, so yeah, we're gonna have it fine.
Now, what I don't remember is how many days does it take that you have to thaw turkey out? Because you can't just do it like in one.
There's a day or two, I think, if it's a big one.
Yeah, let's see here.
I don't think we ever cooked a whole turkey. Daddy used to smoke them in the smoker with a ham above them, so the ham would run down on them and all that. But we won't starve.
You'll make it. There is a power outage in Lauderdale County right now, and I'm a part of this as we see at least 14 people experiencing power outages this morning. We're on generator backup this morning as we pull this up to see all this out in the West Lauderdale area without power right now. They're working to restore this, and in some areas, the internet is down as well. So we hope all is well and we don't lose anything else. No word yet as to what caused this, if it was a tree or maybe an automobile accident. I hadn't gotten word of either one of those happening today, so let's hope that stays away.
How fortunate you are to have a nuclear-powered generator down below.
Boy, if you hadn't got one of those in this kind of business, you up the creek.
I reckon so.
Well, over the weekend, let's talk about a few things that did happen that we're aware of. 19th Street, this would be just due north of Anderson's Hospital in that area there down as you're 23rd, as you're going toward the North Hills area. We got reports of more gunfire. 19th Street, this would be really close to where that Dollar General is there on 24th. Right along in there is where we're getting reports of gunshots last night. Somewhere between 6 to 7 shots went off. Now, as of this morning, no one was hit, no one was hurt. That's the good news. But as we all know, sometimes you find more things during daylight than you could at night.
It's crazy that kind of stuff's going on.
It is, and it's so much of it. As you look at the street, there it is. That's about where we were experiencing all of this. Here's that Dollar General. It would be just due east of there. Somewhere right along in there is where we were experiencing the gunfire. So we're glad no one was hurt. Thank goodness. That has not been the case every time on things that have gone on.
They killed one boy this weekend.
Sure did. Had two others shot. As we know that a 17-year-old lost their life in Meridian. Then we had somebody on 36th Street, 36th Avenue get shot. And then with the young man, a 15-year-old was also hit. Our community has been hit hard by this
I wish they
activity.
could get a lid on that while they still possibly can.
Now, I don't know if you had a chance. We got a notice that the chief, and I have to say this, I'll give a thank you to the chief of police, Deborah Young, for having a press conference. The very first time that she's had a press conference, and she took questions. That was the first time. We showed up Saturday morning, and if you want to watch it in its entirety, you can go to our YouTube channel and type in Meridian Police Department press conference, Scotty Ray report, any way you want to do that, and that's it. That's it in its entirety. We've got it there and also on Facebook. Like, subscribe, get notified when these things come out, so you'll be able to watch it. And what's ironic about this, I joked about this, Britt, we've had 2 to 3 times more people watch it than actually voted in the election. That's pretty serious. Now, that's because there's so many people from this trade area that come to Meridian that is concerned about the crime and what's going on.
I'm in Kemper County, but Meridian's my town too.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people took this as, and if you'll read the comments, I'm not making any of this up, it's where we go from this. A lot of people felt as though the chief blamed the citizens instead of the criminals being at fault for what's going on. We do need to take back our city. And I brought this up, and I don't think I've gotten a reply on this yet, but I don't understand why the city council and the mayor does not show up to these events to show, yes, we mean this, that we're not going to put up with crime. As you'll look here in the background, it's just the chief there. Yeah. It's no other city officials. Now, I have to give kudos to Ms. Rwanda Walker. I did see her show up. I don't believe she stayed. And I brought this earlier. I'm not sure whether she was asked to leave the press conference or she had something come up. I don't know, but she was the only council person that I saw show up, and then she disappeared.
It's pretty important. Looks like you want to be there for
including
support,
the mayor,
if not input.
Yeah, I'd love to have had the mayor's input on this as well there.
Of course.
This is serious. We've had shootings. We've had rock. Do y'all realize we've had somewhere around 14 in the last little over a week, somewhere around that 14 burglaries that have happened. That's a lot. Let me pull this up. We had another one over the weekend. Right here, Lee's Donut, right there, was struck. This was on Highway 19 and 65th Avenue, right there where the MCC Work Wellness Center is. Now, due north of there, on top of the hill, we had a business on the right that had a window or two knocked out. I do believe they were trying to get in there, but then they quickly discovered that there were burglar bars and they couldn't get in. Whoops.
It's the same MO, a lot of these things.
Yeah, they kill the power. Like Lee's Donuts, they're going through drive-through windows. So if you are a business owner and you have a drive-through window in any shape, form, or way, you need to devise something at night that goes across it to where if that window is broken, they can't fit through the window. Just to keep everybody honest, because apparently there's a lot of unhonest people in our neighborhoods.
I guess it's mostly the same ones
that's
doing it. It's a small percentage of bad folks,
right,
doing stuff over and over and over.
2 to 4 people is in this group, and we do think that is possibly, we don't know this 100%, but I do think is gang related to where it's supply. You get into these tobacco stores that have been hit. I mean, it's large amounts of inventory. We had one that lost somewhere around $40,000 worth of inventory. The latest one there next to Cash Saver lost somewhere around $18,000 worth of product.
Gracious.
No insurance. You know why? Because they've been broken into so many times.
So many times before.
And your insurance company, it's just like your car insurance. You become a high risk, and they ain't, if you get speeding tickets, they don't want you no more. So we feel for this. As we go to the holiday season, y'all bet your boots we're going to have more of this. This is not over by any means. We've had our first one, Virginia Carney Nelson. I think everybody knows her. She's a doctor in town. Her business in downtown Meridian was struck. Went in through the back door. They can't do that anymore. She's got that secured very good. But one of the first times we've had that happen in the downtown area. So if you're watching me thinking, well, Scotty Ray, you're making up all this. No, I'm not. And it could happen to you next. We say everything that we do to protect you, not to scare anybody. We try to deliver the hard facts of what's really going on in our community. That's the best way I know to put it.
You gotta pay attention. It's a shame, but you gotta keep your guard up all the time.
Yeah.
All the idiots out there.
And that's a good way of putting it. Now, some of the things that were said, we're going to investigate a little bit further into this press conference. Is I did ask the chief, how many police officers do we have that can arrest? And her reply to me was 56. And I asked that twice. I said, are you sure that 56 can arrest? And she said yes. Now, I don't have the piece of paper, but further investigation tells me that if you break this number down, it's actually 26. But of that 26, only 17 are actually patrolmen. 26 takes you to supervisors and people that don't normally patrol, but they could arrest. On the streets, it's about 17, and we wonder why crime is up.
Not enough folks to get the job done.
Yeah.
You can't be everywhere at once.
Now, and I did ask this question. I'm not being rude. I'm just honest with questions because I get, y'all ask these questions that are coming in, and I try to ask them when I get an opportunity. I asked why the Meridian Police Department, Miss Young, could not give us a weekly update to keep us, a little bit more informed of crime, because people feel safer, even if you don't have all of the answers. If they hear from you weekly, well, you feel a little bit better. You know that somebody's doing something.
Yeah.
She told me that she didn't have time. There's not a week goes by that I don't talk to Billy Solly 2, sometimes 3 times a week. I talk to Ward 4, 5, 6, 7 times. If I ask Billy Solly at any given moment to come give an update, he drops what he's doing. I know that Billy gives weekly updates. His territory is a whole lot bigger, a lot more officers, yet he still finds time to update the citizens of Lauderdale County.
If you're that busy, you need to prioritize your time.
Yeah.
That's important. Crime is important right now.
And people want to know. Jimmy, if you're listening to me today, I urge this to be a high priority to where the citizens know. An informed citizen is a whole lot better off. We'll talk more about this and some of the crimes that are going on that hasn't made it to what you would call the front page. Well, maybe it has to ours. But we'll tell you more about this in just a moment. Britt Gully, our special guest, as we bring in the morning. We'll be right back. The Square Peg Mini Mall is located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia. And they're getting ready for the Christmas season with a large variety of furniture and over 30 vendors to browse through. You can take advantage of the layaway on furniture and not pick it up until Christmas Eve. The inventory is constantly updating, and there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Family owned and operated, where they treat you like family. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall located at 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Britt, as we wish Candace good luck this week. Now, I want to remind you of this. We're going to have this morning, as soon as we go off Fox 30, we're going to be cutting to coverage here at the TV station of the World Championship soccer games. This week we go into it. Next week we're going to be interrupted by this. So here in just a moment, if you've got an iPhone or some type of phone, we're going to show you how you can watch us. Next week, the show will be preempted as the soccer will take over our time slot. There's no way around it. It's the network. They do it worldwide, and we've got to give up our time slot next week. So if you've got a cell phone, get ready to hold it next to the TV, and I'm going to show you how you can watch us, because the show goes on regardless. We'll be on social media next week, and if you have never joined us from television on social network, I want you not to miss a day of it, because you'll be behind. So hang on, get that cell phone in a couple of minutes. I'll tell you more about that. Britt, when he came in, I was telling him about this crime that's happening, and I asked the police chief about this on Saturday. If you go into a store and you pull up and you're approached by someone that says they're broke down or they left their phone at home, do not loan your phone to them. This is a scam, 4 or 5. I don't know how many people. I've been contacted by 3 at least. There's more that have been hit by these same guys. There's 2 guys that travel along. The latest was in front of O'Reilly Auto Parts, 8th Street is where I got a message. Now, this is not O'Reilly's fault. I don't want anybody to think this. This was just somebody in that parking lot. They pulled in, a guy says, look, man, my car's broke down. I left my cell phone at home. Can I use yours to call my wife to come get me? The guy said, sure, here.
Wow.
Cleaned him out. He had a cash app on his phone, and they took every dollar. He had $1,000 or so on his phone. They took it all. Wow. They can get your banking information. That's what they're doing if they use your phone, and they're quick. They know the ins and outs of the phone. Do not loan your phone to anyone. If someone is like that and you feel the urge, tell them that you'll call their spouse for them or go, no, thank you, I've got somewhere I got to be, and just keep going. We all like to help their neighbor, but we live in...
Trying to be good to folks and some no-count joker.
Yeah, that concerns me like it does you, Britt.
They use our niceness against us.
Yeah, that's Southern hospitality. And we can't allow folks to run our city like this. So pay attention. This is happening all over town. I've heard it out by I-20 in the parking lot of box stores. It's all over. Again, it's not any of the store's fault. It's just where the criminals decide to set up and go after folks.
Well, there's a crowd.
Yeah, it's what they want. So we don't want that to happen to you. And as always, you can reach us several ways. If you've got a crime to report, let us know about it. Let the police know, but by all means, also let us know so we can pass that information along to everyone else also of what's going on. All right, let's see here. Let me pull this up as we mentioned. All right, what I need you to do is get your phone out and go toward your television. And all you have to do is open up your camera app. Let me get down here and show this. Now,
Put your hand on the TV screen.
Now, let me pull this up. Right there. Do you see that in the right corner of your TV screen?
I see it.
If you will take your phone out and just hold the camera, hover over that, it will take you to our YouTube channel. And this is how you can watch us next week. Just save that site as Sam Media, our YouTube channel. Everybody got that done there with their camera? We'll show that again before the show is out. So keep your camera handy if you missed it that time to where you just hold it there and it goes directly to the page. Neatest thing you've ever seen.
Technology.
And we'll do our Facebook page the same way tomorrow to show you the way that works. It has really they got that on the wall down there, Jimmy Rogers.
This so good.
Because I have people that do that. I can't, Britt.
Yeah, I know about the thing to Jimmy Rogers.
Then you hold your phone in.
I never could get it to work. I'm sure it's me instead of Jimmy.
You take your phone and you just turn your camera on, just like so, like that, and you see us, and then you hover over that.
Hover.
And it says open in YouTube, and you click yes, and then there we are.
I'll be dying.
If y'all can see that.
That's us.
That's the way it works. It's just downright blows my mind. Like, yeah, I'm the one that never quite understood how a fax machine could get those words from what. Yeah. Just some things you just don't question. Technology is neat as it gets.
I've got that figured out now.
And it's, they're doing away with fax machines now. There's hardly one left anywhere. I don't know if anybody remembers my good friend Gene J., one of the nicest, G&G Construction. Owned it for years. And he used to always laugh about when he got a text. He'd go, whoa, I'm getting a fax. Y'all back up. He was funny about that. We have someone that is missing in the Meridian area, Britt, and we don't need this to happen.
Yeah.
Let's pull this up. This gentleman was last seen November the 8th, and that's been quite a while. He's 36 years old. His name is Quantez Brown. He told family members, hey, I'm running to the store. I'll be back in just a few moments. He has not been seen since. He was wearing a white T-shirt and jeans. If you happen to see him, call the Meridian Police Department at 485-1893. And that's getting on up there in time and not being seen.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good while. And this one's real, too.
This is. As you and I were talking here a few moments ago, of why people do mean things. But on social media, constantly they're posting things of missing persons that's a lie.
Fake stuff. And you see who posted it. And it's somebody that started an account yesterday in Zimbabwe or somewhere like that. And
stay away from it.
Yeah, don't share that.
And
the lies, the scams, that takes away from
the real thing.
Somebody really looking for this fella right here.
And I see this a lot on the buy-sell trade sites. They
that's where
target
it always
those.
shows
They
up.
even had a fake one about Alan Jackson passing away the other day. I got several texts about that. So don't fall for these scams. Just bad there. We also have, let me go over here, Britt. There ain't nothing worse than your dog missing.
Yeah.
North Hills. Let's go up here. This fella here is missing. This is a lady contacted me early this morning, said that her grandson is coming home from college. He's had him since he's a pup. He's been missing since, I think, the 14th. And his name is Prince, down around the bowling alley. If you happen to see him, they're dying to get him back home. Yeah, you're heartbroken when your pup is no longer with you. So we do hope that they'll find him before long. Now, what are you going to do some songs for us this morning?
Do some songs. You said it's time to start for Christmas songs.
I do. What kind of Christmas song are you thinking?
I've got a bunch of them, but
Anybody got a request? We'll get Britt to do one here.
write them requests down on the $20 bill and mail
Slide
it.
it.
Mail it. Can they
Just mail it right on.
cash app it? Can't they? Cash app it.
I didn't even think about the cash. With all seriousness, with you saying that, in the places, typically you put the cowboy hat or your guitar case for tips in places. Has that become a thing yet? Cash apping you?
Folks are doing it. Talking to the Reeves brothers the other day, and folks are making requests and cash apping and Venmoing and all that kind of stuff. And Emily White was telling me folks would send her request on her phone and stick it right in the cash app where she's playing a live gig somewhere. And I guess I need to learn how to do that kind of stuff.
Wow. As technology does start to change things, that blows my mind. Yeah. Felicia Ramsey, how are you doing this morning? I see you watching us. Thank you so much for joining in. And from all over the area, we can't thank y'all enough for being a part of the show. Again, our information comes from you. If you follow us on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, we're usually a pretty much step ahead of everyone else because it's of you. Inbox us. Let us know what you see and what's going on in your community. As we look, last night we had some gunshots in Marion. Ooh, boy. The police broke out and they took out over there. Now, they didn't find anything hit, but it was some gunshots reported in the Clinton Street area. That's on the backside, just due east due east of the post office is where that happened. Nothing was shot, nothing was injured, no one was hurt. That's the good news. We did have somebody that was bumped by a car last night. Did you see this?
I didn't see that one.
We've had a string of this happening in Meridian. Watch what y'all are doing as it comes dark, people walking along the edge of the road. And I don't know what really happened here, how it came about, but it was on 20th Avenue and 19th Street as we pull this up. They were rushed to the hospital to be checked out. I don't think it was as serious as some of the others that we've had, but still we had somebody that was bumped by a car. It can't feel good.
Yeah, well, I guess it's just a legitimate bump by a car, but I hear about folks stepping out in front of them and hoping to sue somebody. And
that happens,
that
y'all.
Kind of stuff.
As Britt brings that up, North Frontage Road, 18th Avenue Bridge. You just have to say the truth, and that does happen in this town. They are walking in front of cars. It's just like the thing that was held behind closed doors in Meridian forever. Don't say the word gang. They don't exist here to hurt business. And people hid it so long to where, well, we've got a problem now. Our next problem that is on the horizon is homeless. We have tons of this. Don't let anybody fool you. And I don't want you to think I'm running the homeless people down. I'm not. But we have a huge surge of this. That train, if you'll go and...
pretty desperate.
Yeah. You watch that train come into town, they roll out of the cars as it's approaching town. It happens every day. You can go out there and sit on the side of the road and watch it. I've done it myself. They're cold. I don't know what to do. We've got very few shelters. If you know of a shelter that helped these folks, please let us know. But with this also, it's just like as we've heard with people crossing over from borders. Among the good people, there's some bad people too.
I see it.
And you have to face these challenges head on and admit that we've got a problem to fix it. As we well see that we've got issues all over town, don't we? Let's see, Ashley Gordon celebrated her 27th birthday. House community. When's the last time you had a birthday, Britt?
It's been 4 or 5 years.
Sometimes
I
it's...
don't fool with that anymore.
Yeah, you kind of didn't like that. Let's see here what else happened over the weekend. We did have gunshots reported at 63rd Place. Why does this concern anybody? Do y'all remember a young man that was in here with us last week named Ricky Hood,
Yeah,
who was here?
Ricky.
He told us about kids getting off school buses and gunfire happening. That was in the same location. It was in the middle of the night, same location where those kids got shot at. He's asking again for folks to help out. Let's see.
And there's folks that know who's doing this.
Absolutely.
And
we even had a home hit an apartment complex this weekend. As we go here, I'm not making this stuff up. Carousel Apartments was hit with gunfire in the wee hours of Saturday morning. Meridian Police Department did go out and investigate this. And let me be just frank about all of this. You go, well, that's not in my neighborhood. Well, it's coming to your neighborhood. It's everywhere. This is not just one place. It's all over. There is no neighborhood that this cannot happen. I have seen tons of pictures that have been sent to me of inside of these homes, bullet lead hanging in the walls that come through the window, the doors, where it struck appliances. Luckily, no one happened to be standing there when it went through. We got to put a stop to this. I care about our city, and I'm sure you do too.
And there's folks out there that know who's doing this. And tell somebody. Tell the law. Don't just sit on it.
And as I always say, Meridian is not the only place. Let's go to Clark County. Hey, Quitman, Mississippi. Y'all had the same thing. Chief Barry White contacted me on Saturday night and said, would you mind sharing this so people will know? They talked to us as well. An apartment complex in McKenzie Apartments was struck by gunfire. 3 apartments and a car was hit. They're investigating that still. They'll let us know when they know more about it. We see it in Louisville. We see it in Macon. No matter where you're watching us from, this can happen to you, and now is the time for it to stop. We got to handle this in Mississippi. Alabama's thinking, don't leave me out also. We had a late Friday, I did have mention of a burglary that happened. It was a home this time. Now, we're not sure what they got, but North Hill Street. As we get near Christmas, there's some folks that want to play St. Nick and come down the chimney. Sometimes they have to use the window because they can't fit down the chimney. This is the case of what they did here as we go to the 5300 block of North Hill Street. As we see the Meridian Police Department, that's not the greatest picture there. But as you can see, police were all over the place as they investigated. I'll take it off of that. Those are kind of blurry. But I appreciate those pictures. This happens all the time. This is one of the instances that we got proof in the pudding of what happened. Yeah, there's going to be more of it.
And police are already spread too thin, and things are getting worse.
Now, I did get a note last night that said, hey, I saw the Meridian Police Department with blue lights following somebody on I-20. They did. I think this turned out to be a medical emergency. It was a high-speed pursuit of 13 miles an hour. Wow. Blue lights chasing somebody. It was somebody elderly from out of state, I think, that got very confused as to where they were.
Wasn't OJ.
Wasn't OJ, but it was a chase that looked kind of like that, just slowly moving down I-20. And in the end, it ended up being somebody that needed some help. I think they contacted family members and got them all taken care of. So on the way, we're going to let Britt do his first Christmas song. All right, it's coming up. Yeah, that's next. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical, 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian, 601-693-6374.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Honeysuckles on North Hill Street is bringing the Christmas cheer to you this year.
Don't forget to pre-order your Thanksgiving and Christmas centerpieces. A great way to light up your table. They have hand-painted ornaments brought in from Poland, and they make great Christmas gifts and heirlooms. They carry the complete line of Satterfield pottery, and that's made in Oxford, Mississippi. And don't forget about the fresh wreaths and garlands that are available. Order yours now. Honeysuckles, 2626 North Hill Street. Gifts for the holiday season. Yeah, y'all don't forget now as it comes to deer season. Well, Chet's there because there's so many deer. They're trying to keep warm. They keep running out in front of cars and we get damage. If you've had that happen to you lately, and maybe it happens in the future, go somewhere that they can take care of you. Chet's Paint and Body. Again, they're in Center Hill in the curve there. Go by for a free estimate. They'll walk you through this and help you in so many ways. It's not only deer, it's folks that run red lights, or maybe you done it yourself. We've all backed into something at some point. It will happen to you at some point in your life. Your car is kind of a huge investment these days, and have it taken care of. See Chet. Chet's Paint and Body. Again, that's on Highway 495. 737-2961 is the telephone number to reach Chet. They'll handle all that insurance paperwork for you and get your rental car all lined up. See them. Chet's Paint and Body when it's got to be done right. Now, as we promised, this gentleman here is going to do a Christmas song as he moves to the studio side to do a song. What do you feel like singing today?
Well, shoot, Daddy's favorite Christmas song's always the one you start the year out with, so we'll go ahead and do it.
All right, what was the name of that?
Run, Run, Rudolph. Daddy was a big Chuck Berry fan. Growing up, I was listening to a lot of old country music, and I remember Daddy said, son, it ain't all got to be country. There's some good rock and roll out there, too. So he cranked me up on Chuck Berry. So Chuck had a Christmas song, Here It Comes. Out of all the reindeer, Rudolph, you're the mastermind. Oh, run, run, Rudolph, Randolph, ain't you far behind? Oh, run, run, Rudolph, Santa got to make it to town. Santa, tell him, hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Oh, run, run, Rudolph, reeling like a merry-go-round. Said Santa to a girl child, what would you like most to get? I want a pretty baby darling that can cry, talk, sleep, and wet. And then off went Rudolph, reeling like a saber jet. Hey, run, run, Rudolph, Santa got to make it to town. Tell him, hurry, Santa, tell him he can take the freeway down. Oh, run, run, Rudolph, reeling like a merry-go-round. Said Santa to a boy child, tell me what you're longing for. I want a cowboy pistol and a rock and roll electric guitar. And then off went Rudolph, whizzing like a shooting star. Hey, run, run, Rudolph, Santa got to make it to town. Oh, tell him, hurry, Santa, tell him he can take the freeway down. Hey, run, run, Rudolph, reeling like a merry-go-round. Oh, run, run, Rudolph. Oh, run, run, Rudolph. Oh, run, run, Rudolph. Run, run, Rudolph.
Brick Gully, run, run, Rudolph, run. Great Christmas way to get it going. We've got Thanksgiving coming up this week. Woo!
Lord, yes. Got to hammer back.
Here we do.
So Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Old Sweet Tea Baker pointed that out to me one time. He said, man, Thanksgiving's a wonderful holiday. So you don't have to do anything but just be thankful. So you don't have to buy anybody anything.
You got a good point on that. Pull that mic up a little bit closer to you there so we can hear you now if you done got tired of singing there for a minute. Well, we'll get another song from Britt before the show ends this part. Let's go back and look at a few things. You're usually pretty good at these things that happened on this day.
Yeah.
Let's go back to 1944. The name, I don't think you're going to know this, but you're going to know the show. You remember a guy named Harold Ramis? I didn't.
Harold Ramis.
Yep. I don't know who he was.
That the Neshoba County Ramises?
That wouldn't be. Ghostbusters, you remember that guy?
Oh, yeah.
He was born in 1944 on this date. I didn't. That was his biggest thing that he ever did.
Ghostbuster.
Yeah, that was a great show. And then this show would come along, and there's about 5 or 6 shows that no matter what you're doing, if you stumble across it with the remote, you got to watch. Overboard was one of those.
Overboard.
Goldie Hawn celebrating a birthday today. She was born back in 45. Still a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
She's very attractive. But that Overboard was good.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because it was kind of like revenge, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Taking care of
boat and some treasure. And
yeah.
like that, wasn't it?
1955, you'll know this one without a doubt. Somebody that took advantage of someone that we would find out years later. Had no idea then. But 1955, RCA came with their hat in the hand with some money. They convinced Elvis to come on over. His contract was bought out, and Colonel and him signing the papers there, and Sam Phillips would walk away with some cash.
And Sam done well with his cash. He bought into Holiday Inn heavily.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, spent it on Holiday Inn and made a world of money.
I had no idea. I'm glad you told me that. Huh. 1976, I remember this as a kid. You were a tad older than me at the time, but 76 in the theaters tonight, this would go and it would become 4, 5, 6. I don't even know how many's in the franchise of it now, but Rocky premiered in theaters for the first time back in 76 on this date.
Wow. Yeah,
That's been a little while now, hasn't it?
It's been a little while. Everything's been a little while now.
Speaking of Stallone, last night, did anybody watch the new TV show that's got him? It's called Tulsa King. Anybody see it?
I did not.
It was good.
What, is it a cowboy thing?
No, he's a mobster. Huh. And, we like mobsters as much as we like cowboys. Same guy that has developed the TV show Yellowstone has come up with this, to where it starts out Sylvester Stallone's been in prison for 25 years. Didn't tell on the folks that he got sent to prison for. He took it. Comes out and he's expecting something good. They pretty much just go, get away from us. Go to Tulsa. You can do what you want there. So he gets out of prison and goes to Tulsa to start opening up business, and it looks like it's going to be good.
You liked it, huh?
Yeah, I sure did. I got glued into it quick. 1987, I think me and you bumped into him down at the Temple Theater about the time this song was coming. I really do. Anybody remember this song? It was released today. Twinkle, Twinkle, Lucky Star.
Yeah,
Merle
sure.
Haggard. Wasn't he there in the late 80s several times?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he was all over the place.
Best I remember
Merle
there.
hit a big lick.
He did.
His best stuff was as good as anything that ever happened.
Yeah,
he
Lord.
didn't have any bad stuff.
No, he didn't. 1992, we would move along, and Alabama would release a song today. Well, it actually went number 1. Anybody remember the song, I'm in a Hurry and Don't Know Why?
Yeah.
That does happen.
That wasn't my favorite Alabama song. But
No, they had a lot better ones, didn't they?
They could do, at that time, it didn't matter what it was going to be a hit with them.
It was. Now, this was, and it still may be one of the biggest television events ever. I remember it from a kid. I remember the bumper stickers. 350 million Americans would sit down tonight, get some popcorn, and stare at it and click the channels, if I remember right, because we didn't have remotes back then. But we found out who shot JR.
Shot JR.
Do you remember that season ending? It was the biggest one they say that has ever happened of a cliffhanger. Everybody loved to hate JR. And who would have thought that it was a woman that got him in the end?
Who'd have thunk it?
Spoiler alert there if anybody doesn't know who did it there.
Is that still on TV somewhere?
I think you can watch the reruns.
Probably can.
I never watched the new ones where John Ross was up and they had cameo appearances, or he was on there for a season or two of JR. They brought it back, Dallas. It was big in the day.
Everybody watched it back then.
And it is compared to a newer version of what's going on over there with Yellowstone. People say it kind of has some similarities there.
Yeah. I
Jock.
watched Yellowstone a time once, tried it. It looked like to me it was a good show, but I got tired of all the cussing. So
It's a bunch of cussing.
I gave up and went back to watching Gunsmoke reruns.
It was a good show last night. Now this season, it has some, but not as much as some of the other seasons. They backed off a little bit from what I've been able to tell. Beth, I can't tell the spoiler alert of what happened last night, but Beth's in trouble, y'all. 1986, you'd hear this guy's name. They said, who scares you? Who keeps you up at night? And I remember seeing the interview and him going, Osama bin Laden. And the cross-examiner was like more or less laughing at him. Well, we all know how that turned out as we learned about the Iran contraband scandal.
I
Y'all remember
all of that on TV,
Yeah.
watching it.
Reagan
Trying.
was in hot water over that. And he did say that. Who keeps you up at night? Osama bin Laden. We'd find out why
Turned out
later.
He was right about all of it.
He sure was. We didn't have but those 3 channels, so I know you watched this one also. I think it was Friday nights, either before or after the Dukes of Hazzard. Old guy get angry and turn green. Y'all remember that? Bill Bixby.
Old Hulk and them.
Yeah, Bill Bixby passed away on this date back in '93. Can you really fathom that it's been that long since he passed away?
Everything's been a long time.
It
You've
has.
been here a little while, Scotty Ray.
Yeah, I called him a hippie back in the day when he was a teenage heartthrob, but it was 2017 this guy passed away. A lot of folks liked him. Y'all remember David Cassidy?
David Cassidy. Yeah.
Passed away on this day back in 17. And, that's already been 5 years, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And honorable mention, I forgot to put one in the right order, but we go back to 81. It was not my favorite song. Somehow it stayed number 1 for weeks. It was not my favorite, but we'll mention it anyway. You remember Olivia Newton-John, Let's Get Physical?
Physical.
It was big.
Yeah, big hit.
Somehow, some way.
It couldn't have had anything to do with the way she looks.
That's right. Now, I did have a question then that we can answer.
Kimberly Jean can sing like Olivia Newton-John.
Can
She
she?
can.
Is she pretty good at it?
Yeah.
You know, I hadn't seen Kimberly Jean sing in quite a while. She's been keeping it to herself.
Yeah, it's a command performance when you hear it,
I had a question about what is the hunting forecast for today. Let's throw that up. This is what it's expected today. Deer feeding times, your first major time's at 11 to 1 today. So a midday hunt is perfect. Your second, it's going to be after dark. You got a minor time right there at 5 o'clock. So your best hunt today is right there around lunchtime, if you can get out there and do that.
So Will killed one with a bow and arrow.
Whoa.
I think he's out in the woods again today. I think he plans to jump out of a tree with a knife between his teeth this time.
Going to do the Rambo thing, huh? Well, we wish him luck. We got more coming up as Britt fills in for Candace this week, who is on vacation enjoying herself. We'll be right back with more. He's got another Christmas song for us coming up.
It's that time again, Christmas open house at Hickory Pickin' and the Red Goat General Store. It all happens November the 26th from 9 in the morning until 5 that afternoon. If you're looking for yard decorations or stockings, anything Christmas, they have it for you. And one of my favorites, samples and refreshments, sales throughout the store, and Christmas music playing to get you in the holiday spirit. It's the annual Christmas open house at Hickory Pickin' and the Red Goat General Store, exit 115 in Hickory.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Time to stop spending your entire weekend mowing grass. Step up to a Skag zero-turn lawnmower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Well, Maple's one-stop shop is there today, whether it's gasoline or something good to eat, especially out in Causeyville. Maybe you're on I-20 and need to jump off there and go up St. Paul Street. They got some great eggs and biscuits. Oh, tastes really good there. Drop in and visit with them. They got lunchtime coming up. We'll find out what that is in a little while, but always affordable. You get meat and vegetables and a cold drink for about $8.99. A bargain it is. Loyalty coffee program. If you need a cup on the way or two from home, whatever the case is, they got it. Cold drinks and a whole lot more with pizza and, well, lottery tickets. That's climbing high again. Visit with them. 6 locations from Causeyville to Pine Springs, Bonita, or even with the 31st, Broadmoor Chevron, or Last Chance Tobacco there on Highway 494. As we do that, as we go along, and I'm going to put you on the spot here again of asking for songs. We ain't had a gospel song in a while. Can you do something that's kind of gospel and get us in the mood, get us on the right track?
I got a barrel full of. I'll do y'all a homemade one.
Oh, all right. Well, let's go to Brick Gully with a homemade gospel.
This Sunday is our singing at Linville too, so we'll plug that. Yeah. Well, the crowd had gathered round her. She stood guilty and condemned. What it takes to start this stoning is the one who's without sin. They hung their heads and left her feeling different from before. Jesus called her to him, told her, go and sin no more. Said every saint's got a past, every sinner's got a future. The devil got you down and you feel a change is due. So don't you be quick standing just cause you didn't used to. Every saint's got a past, every sinner's got a future. Well, there's 2 things you can be in this wicked world today. Well, you can be a sinner or a sinner saved by grace. Filthy rags, Jesus told us, best that you can do. Say a prayer for me, brother, I'll say one for you. Said every saint's got a past, every sinner's got a future. The devil got you down and you feel a change is due. So don't you be afraid to stand up just cause you didn't used to. Every saint's got a past, every sinner's got a future. Quick to look down and judge your fellow man. Just be the first to reach out and lend a helping hand. Well, we can't take the credit cause Jesus set us free. But for the good Lord's grace, says that might be you and me. Said every saint's got a past, every sinner's got a future. The devil got you down and you feel a change is due. So don't you be afraid to claim it just cause you didn't used to. Every saint's got a past, every sinner's got a future. With every saint's got a past, every sinner's got a future.
Good stuff for Brick Gully, and every saint's got a past, every sinner's got a future, and that is true.
Saved by Grace song for you right there.
Yeah, it's songwriting is just such a great talent. I don't know if you remember that guy named Ray Scott. You remember him?
Yeah.
He had a great play of words on one I saw the other day. What a country song it was! It was called "I Ain't Always Thirsty When I Drink."
Yeah, that's a good song.
That's strong.
A country song.
Yeah, they're hard to find these days of something that's really country.
Yeah, it's out there, but it rarely makes it to the filter anymore.
It does. There's still a few of us.
FM radio's got it choked off.
They do. We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So I go my opposite way and do my own thing. I think a lot of us do that. Well, what's going to happen on Thanksgiving? Let's talk about your forecast. Let me show you this. Here's your Turkey Day. 30% chance, 30 to 40% is what we're looking at. My radar system tells us 30 right now, with a high of about 66 and maybe a little bit of rain there. We'll watch it and let y'all know what becomes of that.
That's good enough. We can beat 30%.
Yeah, we can. More on the way as we begin your Monday morning here. Scotty Ray and Candace, she's off today with Brick Gully.
Have a sleigh full of fun this season with gifts and accessories from Al's Garden and Gift. The spirit of Christmas shines in the Christmas shop. Themed trees, snow globes, nativity sets, and more. Gourmet foods, gift baskets, and certificates are perfect for holiday parties and gifts. Homes will be merry and bright with a custom wreath or centerpiece. Add color outdoors with beautiful blooming winter flowers. And it's the perfect time to plant fruit trees and shrubs too. Charm and beauty await your home. Merry Christmas from Al's Garden and Gift.
On this field, as on the gridiron, each inch is fought for and marked by sweat. Each inch taken through disciplined training. With a Kubota L2501 tackling each inch in the trenches, whether those inches are measured here or here, all adding up to yards. For each yard, Kubota measures victory, and the touchdown is Parrish Tractor. Here, we're much more than a tractor store.
If you've got an outdoorsman on your Christmas list, make sure to drop into Garrett's. Quality pocket knives with the latest fishing gear of rod and reels. Maybe it's a new set of binoculars or a new scope. With one of the largest selection of firearms, you're sure to find the one you need. Protect your investment with a Browning fireproof safe. With a large selection of deer condos, including the new style, the hay bale. Come by for a quick look. It's all at Garrett's, 3505 8th Street, your Christmas headquarters.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Britt as we travel on this. And never in all my years have I heard anybody call this, but Britt brought up his cousin was watching this morning.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Cousin Polecat. Cousin Cat.
I can only assume that he got that nickname because he got sprayed, maybe?
No,
What's the story?
I think it might have had something to do with Brute Cologne.
Oh.
In high school.
Makes more sense, and Carol just happened to like that.
Well, Marcus Gully, not Marcus Honeycutt.
Oh, Honeycutt. Oh, it's Gully.
Yeah,
Okay.
Marcus Honeycutt is Uncle Monk.
Uncle
Monkey.
That's right, the monkey. He was always named that. I remember that.
Yeah, all along.
Lord have mercy. Did you see where the state of Mississippi is going to have their first execution? It's coming up just in time before
I
Christmas.
saw that. That's
Brought it up earlier. He's been sitting in jail for 21
been
years.
fooling around with him a long time.
He raped a young lady that was 16 years old, choked her to death, 4 hours to mistreat her and kill her. And he'll get his due on the 14th at 6 p.m. Parchman Penitentiary is where all this will happen. I don't understand what takes our legal system so long. If there's without a shadow of a doubt, I feel like it should be a lot quicker.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of money on that joke.
Sure have. And he certainly didn't give that young lady any chance. Breaks my heart. I don't quite get that. Lionel Richie got a big award over the weekend.
Yeah, he deserves one.
He was good. The Commodores is where he all began. You once
Alabamian, I believe he was.
Yeah. He got the what was it? The name of the Icon Award. He's 73. He's got a 33-year-old girlfriend. See, folks, this too can happen if you're rich.
Can't got enough money to burn a wet mule.
That's
that
right.
can't be a factor in that.
No way, no how. As Twitter is saying they're going to let Donald back on, Donald says, I'm not coming. We'll see what really happens. He's got millions of people that are not a part of the social platform that he's got. It would be not smart not to use that. We'll see what becomes of it. And we see that Elon is saying, well, you ain't coming back. And he's talking to Alex Jones. He is not welcome back at Twitter. He's got a world of problems going on right now.
All of the leftists are wringing their hands and moaning. They're leaving Twitter.
Yeah, they won't.
It's going to be, free. They didn't want free speech. They just wanted their speech.
And that's the way it was controlled before. We all know that. Kanye is back, and he's already retweeted. He's back at it.
Bully for Kanye.
He's always putting something out there. Let's see what else is shaking up here as we look at this. I forget how many, 14, 15 million people that voted on that little survey that he threw out. It was a lot of folks there. Oh, boy.
I guess I voted.
No, but this one, I didn't vote on it either, and I guess I should have. I saw it, and I thought, well, I'll let somebody else. But they're all saying let him back on Twitter, and we'll see what Don does. He's really trying to push that Truth Social.
Yeah.
But you can't use it on a computer. I got it on my phone, and I've never went back to it. Just not as easy to use, in my opinion.
It's got to be handy.
an elementary school, and we see things in California that we somehow don't always understand how it could even happen to begin with. But a California community is outraged this morning, and I'm glad that that somebody is speaking up. At an elementary school, they are hosting Satan Club meetings. I'm not making this up.
Who is the idiot that came up with that idea?
What is becoming of our country to allow things like this? You know it's got to affect children at some point. You know, I saw that and this popped in mind, and our senator shared this weekend to where it's a cartoon. It has got St. Peter at the gates, and it has the devil standing there with his pitchfork. He said, "I'm identifying as an angel today." He didn't let him in. A lot of truth into that. You going down for the? We got that Christmas train coming to Meridian.
I've been to the Christmas train before.
It's coming to Meridian.
Pretty interesting thing. Took Will a time or two.
Yeah,
when he was at the age to like such things, but
yeah.
I liked it too.
Christmas parade is coming up December the 10th, downtown Meridian. I think Collinsville is also going to be on the same date. Originally, Meridian's was at another date, and it got moved to the 10th for some reason. Now it's two Christmas parades at once, so Collinsville.
At the same time?
I think so, right at dark 30. So if you're from the Collinsville area, you'll have to choose which one to go to. I'll double check to make sure I'm right on the times today. Over the weekend, Biden turned 80. If anybody missed out on that, I don't think they put all the candles on the birthday cake. Just thinking out loud. We did lose the Power Ranger. The guy that done that, his name was David Frank. Jason David Frank passed away over the weekend. And also a lady that was in the TV show Supernatural, Nikki Aycock. She was 47. She died of cancer over the weekend. Just some things that did happen worldwide that we thought you might want to know about. I can't thank you enough for coming.
No, can't thank you enough for asking me to come.
Where are you going to be playing?
Saturday night after Thanksgiving, we're playing at the Brick House.
Downtown Meridian.
Yeah, probably be inside that night.
Yeah.
When the weather's warm, we play outside, but I'm sure we'll be inside that night. I'll have John Elmore with me and Tommy Hawk after. John, we may take a full band down there.
All right.
Blow the lid off things. We'll see how big a crowd we can stir up.
Y'all come see them. That's Saturday night, downtown Meridian, the Brick House. You can't miss it. Cross over the bridge, it'll be there on your left.
Where the music's coming from.
That's right. We'll see you then, and we'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning. Thank y'all so much for spending part of your day with us here at the Scotty Ray Report. We'll see you tomorrow.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: